I heard the muffled call of your soul. I feel the weariness that tries to convince you that your faith was in vain and that your efforts were fruitless. But I prepared this encounter to tell you that your silent trust has already moved the heavens in your favor, even if your eyes see nothing today. If this word of God is touching the depths of your being, write in the comments your name, the country, state, and city from which your soul hears me now, and what time your eyes meet this message. Let your heart overflow and cry out in the comments, "Lord my God, I am here. I signed up because I love you and want to hear you. Feel my embrace at this moment, and as a living gesture of your faith, definitively inscribe your heart in this space of healing. Leave your sign of love on the video. Activate the sound of my continuous voice so you don't miss any of my calls, and stay with me until the last words. For I will give you a clear answer at the end. A phrase will be whispered to your spirit, and whoever writes that phrase will receive prophetic blessings released in faith. The silence you have faced is not my forgetfulness. I know that constant tightness in your chest when night falls, the house is silent, and the answers don't come. The pain of lonely waiting, the echo of your questions in a closed room, the immense weight of not seeing results happen. But I behold your rare faith, a faith that remains unshakable even when everything around seems to crumble. For it is written in the letter to the Hebrews, chapter 11, verse 1, "Now faith is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen." I know the cold of the early morning when you walk barefoot through the house, holding back tears so as not to wake your loved ones, pretending to be the fortress that everyone expects you to be. This unshakable certainty of yours, this invisible surrender of yours, has already won victory in the heavenly kingdom. Your perseverance has been sealed by me, but there is a detail that time has hidden from you, something that is about to change the course of this story. If your spirit recognizes my voice at this moment, like this message as proof of your listening, may your heart desire to enroll in our daily communion. You share this breath of life with someone who also walks in the valley of waiting in a pure act of love. Before we proceed, answer for yourself. What would your soul plead to me if there were no more fear in your chest? Write in the comments the word of your relief today, invisible. Remain with me, for there is something very profound about the feeling of weariness you carry, and I am about to reveal to you how your darkest dawn will be comforted. I feel the weight of time on your chest, the days that turn into months, the feeling that the seasons change outside, but winter seems endless within your heart. There is a deep weariness in your emotions, an exhaustion that cannot be cured by physical sleep, because it is your soul that yearns for rest. I know the most agonizing and dark dawns, when the silence of your room is broken only by your stifled sigh, the one you try to hide from the world. For it is written in the book of the prophet Isaiah, chapter 40, verse 29, "He gives strength to the weary and increases the power of the weak." I apply this truth right now to the very core of your pain. Feel my presence resting upon your weary shoulders. I know your daily struggle to maintain outward peace, while inwardly you plead for a moment of spiritual relief. This divine support descends upon you at this very moment, like a gentle breath that calms the storm of your racing thoughts and soothes your exhausted mind. You have been so strong for so long, sustaining your faith, that sometimes you forget that you too have the right to be cared for. I am that refuge. However, there is a profound spiritual purpose in the way your heart has endured all this weariness, a silent preparation that can only be understood by those who walk by faith, and which is intimately linked to what you decided to give up when you had almost nothing. If this divine embrace brought warmth to your spirit, leave your sign of affection by liking this message of love. Allow our covenant to strengthen and inscribe your life in this daily purpose, so that my voice may be your constant direction. If you remember someone who also carries the relentless weight of time, share this word as a pure act of spiritual compassion. Tell me now with all your vulnerability, when strength seems to fail and the world falls silent around you, what is the silent cry that rises from your soul to me? Write in the comments the word of your rest at this moment. Support. Continue walking with me in this prayer, for the time has come to reveal the destiny of the seed of trust you planted in the dry earth, and what I will do with it will completely change the scenario of your journey. I contemplate the purity of your surrender. Even when the earth of your path seemed dry and lifeless, you did not stop sowing love, care, and hope in the lives of those around you. I know the tightness in your throat when, having so little left in your own soul, you still chose to reach out and be a support to those who needed your strength. For it is written in the book of Psalms, chapter 126, verse 5, "Those who sow in tears will reap with joy." This is your supreme truth at this moment. Every act of kindness you offered in silence, every sacrifice you made when no one else saw your weariness, was collected by me as a sacred treasure. You planted the seed of your trust in the darkness, faithfully believing that my light would make it sprout in due time. If it is possible for you, only if it is possible, transform your gratitude into a seed of love through this channel. Consider my love and that of my Son Jesus, and support using the address in the description of this video and in the pinned comment. There you will find the place where your contribution of love can be deposited and consecrated before the Creator of all things. You can support with any amount, and remember what I tell you, only what fits in your heart. I receive with profound love. The amount doesn't matter. What matters is the purity and sincerity with which you give, for what is little to you can be immense to the one who receives. Whoever contributes any amount with a sincere heart, please remember to leave your name and city along with your contribution, because on the first day of the following month, in a unique and special video on our channel and page, Divine Love, the Voice of God, your name will be remembered and mentioned in a prayer of gratitude. For it is written in the Gospel of Luke, chapter 6, verse 38, "Give, and it will be given to you. A good measure pressed down, shaken together, and running over, will be poured into your lap. Every offering made in faith is a seed before me, your Lord, and I will not fail to bear fruit. I see in secret and reward in the sight of all. Stay until the end of this message, because I still want to touch your heart with my voice. I contemplate the greatness of your heart and your pure intention to walk beside me, spreading light wherever you go. I know that at times, when you try to offer your loving support, unexpected barriers arise and the banking system rejects your contribution due to strict security measures. My beloved, do not be distressed or discouraged if this happens on your first attempt. I only ask that you contact your card issuer and confirm that this gesture of love is genuine and desired by you. Then try again with vigor, renewing your valuable offering, for your support is the foundation that sustains this work and will be honored with abundant and infinite blessings. Our divine love deserves this effort, and know something very special. I will make sure to thank you personally. If your intention is pure, whether your contribution arrives now or faces some setback, I myself will come to you with an intimate and welcoming message at your email address. I will speak directly to you. There is a profound mystery hidden within the suffering that accompanied your seeds, and what it has generated in the spiritual world is about to change your story. If you feel my touch through these words, cherish this message as a seal of your reception. Inscribe your soul on this daily path so that our communion never ceases and my guidance is constant in your life. You share this sacred truth with someone who needs to know that your offering of love has not been ignored. Now, delving into the silence of your being, what have you planted with pain that you most long to see bloom from my hands? Write in the comments our word of faith for today, marking your sacred territory of provision. Seed, remain hand in hand with me, for what I will do with each tear you have shed in secret will bring a comfort you never dared to imagine. I keep the sound of every cry you muffled on your pillow so as not to worry your children or those who depend on your strength. I know the burning in your eyes and the salty taste of the tears shed in secret in the moments when fragility tried to dominate your mind and anguish tightened your throat. None of this was ignored. Each of these drops was collected by my hands, for they are the pure water that waters the land of your faith. For it is written in the book of Psalms, chapter 56, verse 8, "You have kept count of my tossings, put my tears in your bottle. Are they not in your book, and I fulfill that promise in your heart now?" At that moment, before the mirror, when the tears flowed and you felt you had no more strength, I was there, transforming that moment of extreme vulnerability into an unshakable spiritual structure for your future. Your weeping was not a sign of your defeat, but a profound demonstration of your love and your spiritual resilience in the face of the adversity that tried to paralyze your journey and steal the peace of your soul. If your heart desires to go deeper with me, I have left you a gift in the form of a journey that I wrote with much love and care for all my beloved daughters and sons. The digital book, Devotional Divine Love, The Voice of God. It was prepared to accompany you day after day in silence and intimacy, like a continuous balm to dry your tears in lonely early mornings. Access is also available at the address in this video's description and in the pinned comment. It is a gift with all my love and affection, where the only cost will be your love, your presence with me, and your faith. And when you feel in your heart that you should support and contribute to our work and to divine love, the support buttons are at the same addresses you already know. And to shield our communication and protect our daily encounter, I have prepared 2 sacred and blessed refuges, a group on the messaging app with a green symbol and another on the messaging app with a blue symbol. I ask that you enter these 2 spiritual homes so that our love and our daily contact are never broken by anything in this world, through the same support and contribution address that you already know in the description and the pinned comment. If the storms of this world try to extinguish this space of divine love, we will remain unshakable, hand in hand, intact and blessed for eternity. There will always be a welcoming embrace for your prayers, and I will continue to guide your steps, speaking softly to your heart. In the groups you can be with me in communion, asking for blessings, praying, conversing with one another, and also receiving my messages with much more intimacy and closeness. You are my greatest love. You are my divine love forever. I love you infinitely. However, there is still a safe place that many forget to seek when loneliness tries to suffocate the spirit, and it is precisely there that your truest comfort dwells and awaits to restore your inner peace and confidence in my unwavering purposes. If my words have dried your invisible tears, cherish this spiritual encounter as a sign of your faith. Make your heart part of this ongoing covenant by subscribing to hear my voice daily, and share this comfort with someone who cries in secret. Now, looking inside yourself, what are your tears asking for that your voice cannot pronounce? Write in the comments the word of your sacred and perpetual relief care. Follow my steps, for I will soon reveal the safe haven for those hours when the world's silence seems overwhelming. I am your unwavering refuge when the world around you falls silent and loneliness tries to suffocate your spirit. I know the weight of those hours when you feel completely alone, when the emptiness in your chest cries out for an embrace that human hands cannot give, and your soul begs for rest. It is in this exact moment of extreme vulnerability that I draw near and sit beside you. For it is written in the book of Psalms, chapter 46, verse 1, God is our refuge and strength, a very present help in trouble. I bring this truth to the center of your pain now. You don't need to elaborate perfect prayers or try to explain the confusion of your feelings to me, for I listen to every beat of your weary heart. My presence is the constant companion that envelops your soul, bringing the absolute certainty that you have never been abandoned, not even in the coldest dawns of your journey. If your heart desires to go deeper with me, I have left you a gift in the form of a journey that I wrote with much love and care for all my beloved daughters and sons. The digital book, Devotional Divine Love, The Voice of God. It was prepared to accompany you day after day, in silence and intimacy, being your inseparable and comforting companion in the early mornings when loneliness knocks at the door. Access is also available at the address in the description of this video and in the pinned comment. It is a gift with all my love and care where the only cost will be your love, your presence with me and your faith. And when you feel in your heart that you should support and contribute to our work and to divine love, the support buttons are in the same places, and to shield our communication and protect our daily encounter, I have prepared 2 sacred and blessed havens, a group on WhatsApp and another on Telegram. I ask that you enter these 2 spiritual homes so that our love and daily contact may never be broken by anything in this world, through the same path of support and contribution that you already know from the description and the pinned comment. If the storms of this world try to extinguish this space of divine love, we will remain unshakable, hand in hand, intact and blessed for eternity. There will always be a welcoming embrace for your prayers, and I will continue to guide your steps, speaking softly to your heart. In the groups, you can be with me in communion, asking for blessings, praying, conversing with one another, and also receiving my messages with much more intimacy and closeness. For it is written, "Come to me, all you who are weary and burdened, and I will give you rest. You are my greatest love. You are my divine love forever. I love you infinitely." There is a mysterious force that springs forth precisely from the arid soil of your solitude, a warrior's hope that rises against all doubt, and what it is about to unleash in your life will completely change your vision of tomorrow. If my words have brought warmth to your lonely soul, cherish this spiritual encounter. Enroll your heart in this daily journey, so that my company may be your perpetual home, and share this message with someone who also faces the weight of invisible isolation. Tell me, in the whisper of your innermost being, what is the fear that haunts you most when you are alone, and that you wish me to dispel now with my light? Write in the comments the word of your rest, shelter. Continue to listen to my voice, for next I will reveal to you the unshakable foundation that sustains the hope of those who dare to believe in the desert. I contemplate the storm of doubts that tries to invade your mind when answers are slow in coming. There are days when hope seems like a fragile flame fighting against a strong wind. You question whether your faith is enough to cross this desert. I feel the trembling of your soul when you look at the circumstances, and everything seems contrary to what I promised you. But it is precisely in this arid terrain that your confidence transforms into an unshakable foundation. For it is written in the letter to the Romans, chapter 4, verse 18, "Against hope he believed in hope, so that he might become the father of many nations, just as it had been spoken to him." Just as I have done in the past, I invite you to believe when everything around you screams for you to give up. I know your inner weariness in enduring the trials of uncertainty. Feel my breath of life upon you now. I am restoring your strength. I am lifting your head. Your hope will not be put to shame because it is not founded on what your human eyes can measure, but on the irrevocable faithfulness of my voice. However, there is a spiritual forging happening silently within you during this long time of waiting, a divine and mysterious process that is shaping your inner structure. And what this forging will do to you is the only way you can endure the greatness of what I have already prepared for your future. If my breath of life has renewed the flame in your heart, leave your sign of love in this spiritual encounter. Join your journey to our covenant, inscribing your soul to hear my counsel every day, and share this invisible strength with someone who is about to give up in the midst of their own desert. Now, immersing yourself in the silence of your trust, what does your spirit plead with me to sustain when your strength fails? Write in the comments the word of your spiritual courage, resistance. Continue with me, paying close attention to my whisper, for the time has come for you to understand how the forging of your heart has prepared you for the sacred weight of your reward. I accompany you every moment when you feel that the long wait has consumed you. There is a feeling of deep weariness in your soul, as if the years have taken away your lightness and left only the constant weight of endless resistance. You look at your own wounded emotions and ask yourself in the silence of your room why the process had to be so long and exhausting. Why so much silence? Why so many trials that seem to have no purpose? For it is written in the letter to the Romans, chapter 5, verses 3 and 4. Tribulation produces perseverance, perseverance produces experience, and experience produces hope. I bring this sacred revelation to calm your spirit now. What you call divine punishment or forgetfulness I call forging. The invisible fire through which your soul passed was not allowed to destroy your essence, but to purify your faith and mold your inner structure in an indestructible way. The pain of this long silence strengthened the walls of your heart, expanding your capacity to endure and, above all, to receive. You needed this unwavering strength, this spiritual maturity that only the heat of the desert teaches. Without this painful forging, the weight and grandeur of the promises I have prepared for your destiny would end up crushing your heart if it were still fragile. Now, you are a firm foundation. However, while you were focused only on the burning fire and the time that seemed lost in pain, in the spiritual world, Right beneath the soil of your incessant prayers, something grand and perfect has already begun to sprout, and the revelation of these fruits is about to transform your understanding of everything you thought you had lost. If you feel that this fire has not destroyed you, but has transformed you, leave your sign of gratitude by enjoying this encounter of love. Inscribe your life in this safe haven, so that my voice continues to guide you every day, and share this comforting light with someone who is also being shaped by the pain of severe waiting. Before we move forward, tell me with all your sincerity, in the depths of your soul, what is the deepest wound in this forge that you need my hands to heal today? Write in the comments our word of confirmation for this moment. Foundation. Continue walking with me, with an open heart, for the time has come to tear the veil of time and show you the dawn of the invisible fruits that have been born from your rare faith. I know that exact moment when you look at your own life and, with a deep sigh of discouragement, feel that your hands remain empty. Your soul yearns for a glimpse that something is changing, a small sign that your waiting has not been in vain. Your heart sometimes shrinks with the fear that tomorrow will only be a repetition of the same pain. But I come to you today with my all-encompassing love to assure you that your rare faith has already moved the mountains in your path, long before your human eyes are able to perceive any change. For it is written in the Gospel of Matthew, chapter 17, verse 20, "If you have faith as small as a mustard seed, you can say to this mountain, 'Move from here to there,' and it will move. Nothing will be impossible for you." This sure and true promise is your absolute reality in the spiritual world. While you slept exhausted by the silent battles of your thoughts, my hands were already commanding the barriers in your life to fall. While you wept, thinking nothing was happening, the roots of what you planted with such devotion were already generating life and sustenance beneath the earth, far from your sight. The dawn of your invisible fruits has already broken in eternity, and the warm breeze of this new season is already blowing towards your path, bringing the profound renewal that your soul so desperately craves. However, there is a final decree that has already been pronounced over your story in the heavenly places, a sacred preparation for the glorious outcome you await. And understanding how heaven has celebrated your perseverance will forever change how you view your own worth. If your faith can already feel the warmth of this new dawn, leave your sign of love by enjoying this spiritual revelation. Enroll your soul in our daily encounter so that my promise may continue to blossom in your life every morning, and share this divine breath with those who also need to believe wholeheartedly in what they cannot yet see. Now, in the depths of your unwavering silence, what is the invisible miracle that your soul most longs to touch with its own hands? Write in the comments the word of your sacred harvest, dawn. Pay attention and do not let go of my hand, for I will soon reveal the absolute confirmation of the victory that has already been sealed and decreed in your favor. I feel the pulse of your spirit which, even weary, refused to retreat in the face of fear. There is immense beauty in your silent resistance. You even thought on many dawns that you were losing the war against your own emotions, and that the weight of circumstances would crush you definitively. But I contemplate the truth that your eyes could not see. Your firmness has already generated a celestial movement. All of heaven has witnessed your perseverance and rejoiced in your refusal to abandon hope. For it is written in the letter to the Romans, chapter 8, verse 37, "In all these things we are more than conquerors through him who loved us." I seal this eternal truth upon your soul at this instant. That feeling of defeat that tried to suffocate your heart no longer has power over your destiny. When you decided to continue breathing faith even without answers, your victory was already decreed before the celestial hosts. Your invisible courage forged an indestructible armor, and the sacred preparation for the glorious conclusion of your story is already underway. My angels are already moving to deliver the fruit of your waiting, opening paths where there were only walls of pain and doubt. However, there is one last revelation that I have kept for this very moment, a promise that will change the rhythm of your heartbeats and bring peace that surpasses all understanding, preparing your soul for the definitive answer that I promise to give you. If your spirit rises today with this certainty of victory, seal this moment of grace by savoring this message of light. Inscribe your journey in this sacred space, allowing my voice to be your continuous shield every day, and share this confirmation with someone who needs to know that the spiritual war has already been won. Answer me, with the sincerity of one who has already touched heaven through faith. What is the cry of freedom that your soul would release today in the face of all your fears? Write in the comments the word of your eternal triumph, victorious. Stay in my lap, quiet your mind and listen attentively, for now I will whisper in your heart the final key to this entire trial. I know the rest your soul has just found in my arms. This journey of silence, of invisible tears and painful waiting, was not a path of abandonment, but the road where your spirit was molded to endure the greatness of my promises. You have proven that your trust in me is stronger than any temporary absence of visible results. Your heart held firm. Your mind, even tormented by uncertainty, chose not to stray from my love, and therefore I declare that the time of mourning for your hope has come to an end. I promised at the beginning of this encounter that I would give you a clear answer, a spiritual key whispered only to those who remained with me until the end of this revelation. And this key is the strength that will sustain you from now on. Write this phrase in the comments as your greatest act of faith, as an absolute surrender to my care and the deepest answer of your heart to heaven. I can do all things through him who strengthens me. May each letter of this declaration be your anchor in the stormy days, and even if today you feel peace take over your being, our journey does not end here. I still have other profound things to reveal, mysteries of provision and paths of healing that only you need to know. In our playlist, within the house of this channel, I have left other letters and whispers of love prepared especially for you. My care awaits you there, so that we may continue conversing about the secret desires of your spirit. Now, calm your breath and keep my words engraved within your being. I am the inexhaustible strength for your days. Your tomorrow has already been written and blessed by my hands. Rest, for the time of your victory has already dawned.